Hello there boys and girls, welcome back to my live stream. And in this live stream, this will be a discussion live stream. We're gonna be discussing about the system requirements of Gotham Knights. Why the fuck they are so high and why the fuck they are released too late. It's only 8 days to go guys, and the system requirements and the game will gonna be coming out. But the system requirements are obviously released too late and they are too heavy. Basically, it requires a 1660 Ti GPU to run. Who the fuck thinks that a 1660 Ti will gonna be running this game at 1080p low settings at 30 FPS only? Well, that's the thing company is claiming. So they are claiming that in order to get 60 FPS, you're gonna be needing a 1660 Ti to play it at low settings. So what the future of 1650 lies within? Will 1650 be able to run the game? Probably at 30 FPS and 1080p, who the fuck knows? Because this game is also incorporating Denuvo DRM. We all knows when a Denuvo DRM is added to a particular game, what happens to the performance of the game. So we will gonna be discussing everything guys in this live stream, and please let me know what do you guys actually think about the Denuvo implementation in this game, and do you think will this game be optimized enough? I do not have any hopes from it. I was actually having this breakfast, and the thing is guys that this game is certainly on the heavier side. The system requirements of this game are certainly on the heavier side. Let's quickly go over here guys, and let's see the Google, let's see what's actually going on, and let's see what people are discussing about it. So basically, if you just go to the official website, this is the official page of Gotham Knights. But other than that guys, if I go over here and see the official system requirements, as I have already discussed, that they are heavily on the higher side, and we do not know how the game will be running on a 1650. And the thing is, the monopoly of the company is that they want you to pre-order the game. A whole lot of people had already pre-ordered the game without even looking at the system requirements. We all know that the gamers belong from the budget category. They have 1650, they have 1050 Ti, they have 1650 Super, so they can expect the game at least to run at medium settings. But now the company has surprised all of us. Warner Bros has surprised all of us with the system requirements. The system requirements are on very heavy side. It requires a 6GB VRAM GPU to get 60 FPS on low settings at 1080p. This is really insane and terrible for people who have a 1650 or a 1050 Ti. A whole lot of people are considering that these GPUs are dead. It's 2022, it's 2023, that now they think that 1660 will gonna be the minimum system requirement. So please let me know in the comment section guys, what do you guys think about this situation. And if I go to the official website guys, here is the official website, and they have released the pre-order sale and everything. I do not think whether the system requirements are available on this official website or not, but if I just go down and see, there is not enough information as of now. I will also try to research a little bit more, but if I go to Deluxe Edition, let's hope they kind of offer me some system requirements. Move from DC. If I go to Knights, there is not a whole lot of stuff. So I think I will have to go to Epic Games basically. Epic Games. So I will be going to Epic Games and researching a little bit more about this game. But if you are joining new and if you want to know about the system requirements, here they are. Although they haven't released the system requirements which are recommended, so recommended system requirements can reach around RTX 3070, just as we have seen in a Plague Tales game. So please let me know what do you guys think about the system requirements of this game. Although if you ask me, I think they are certainly on the heavier side. So we are here on the official website of Gotham Knights, and they want me to pre-order the game. There are a whole lot of new heroic things over here, and we are on the DC official website. I do not think the official website has a whole lot of information about the system requirements, although I will gonna be quickly searching on Epic Games about this game basically. So I will be going to Google and searching about the system requirements which are obviously available on Epic Games. Let's see whether they have mentioned some more information on Epic Store rather than this thing basically. So here we are on the Epic Store. So we will be searching for Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights. So let's see basically whether they have added a whole lot of stuff on Gotham Knights or not. So I'm over here now. I am searching over here, and we're gonna be just waiting a little bit to load. Okay, it is over here. So there are two editions available of this game. One is the regular edition, second one is the Deluxe edition. You might get some additional goodies, but it won't certainly help to run the game better on your PC. So we are going down and scrolling to the official Gotham Knights page on Epic Games, and probably we might have some more detailed information over here. So if you want to run this game, you will at least need a 1660 Ti according to the company. I think they are stating such high heavy system requirements, and look at the fucking system requirements. Look at the processor requirement. They say that you at least require a i5 9600K, i5 9th generation CPU. Holy fuck. Or you need a R5 3600, which are really powerful GPUs if you just compare and just consider the budget section basically. So on the Epic Games, the system requirements are not still out yet, but on Steam, the system requirements were available over there, and this was the news. And let me know. And okay, so we got one live viewer. Let me just quickly restore the chat, guys, and I will gonna be then reading the live chat. Just wait a second, gonna be just pinning it out. Obviously, guys, the requirements are certainly very demanding. Okay, fine. Not a problem. Let me know which topics you want me to talk about the most. And other than that, let's quickly move to another topics if you certainly want me to move on further. So let's quickly move over here, guys, and let's see what else is there on the gaming page. So if I go to Dead Space, guys, and other games are also coming which are going to be having a whole lot of heavy system requirements. So if I go to Steam and let's go to Dead Space and let's see the system requirements of this game. The system requirements are certainly getting on the heavier side, we all know that. So here is Dead Space basically, we will be searching for it in a moment. But other than that, Dead Space is having a GTX 1070 as the minimum system requirement. So that game will gonna be certainly heavy. If I just go here, Dead Space, the system requirements are officially released and the game is scheduled to release on the month of January. So yes, we will gonna be waiting for that. So here we go. There is no DRM used in this game, but yes, the system requirements are certainly on the heavier side. If you see that the system requirements, okay. No idea, my friend Nakul yaar. No idea, my friend, about the GTA 6. I think अभी officially company ने announce भी नहीं किया है, so you will have to wait until the official announcement is there for GTA 6. And GTA 5 obviously पहले console पे आया था, तुम्हें मालूम है, but now I think साथ में ही release होना चाहिए, but we cannot say Rockstar Games कुछ भी कर सकता है. Basically if you know, Rockstar कोई ज़्यादा heavy DRM use नहीं करता है, and even जो RDR में उन्होंने DRM use किया था वो भी एम्प्रेस ने काफ़ी जल्दी क्रैक कर दिया था, भले ही वो 2 साल बाद क्रैक हुआ था. बट द मेन थिंग इज़ भाई कि तुम्हारा जो GTA 6 अगर वो आता भी है, सो आई थिंक पहले वो कॉन्सोल्स के लिए ही निकालेंगे, क्योंकि तुम जानते हो पायरेसी कितना रैम्पेंट इशू है, कितना तेज़ी से पायरेट होता है कोई सा भी गेम जो रिलीज़ होता है. और रॉकस्टार को अगर सही में पायरेसी की चिंता है, आई डोंट थिंक कि उन्हें है, क्योंकि गेम अगर अच्छा होता तो ऑब्वियसली वो बिकता ही है. सो आई थिंक वो पीसी के लिए साथ में भी निकाल सकते हैं, क्योंकि जो हमने देखा था जो टेस्ट वर्जन है वो पीसी पे ही टेस्ट हो रहा था बेसिकली. सो GTA गेम्स हैं ऑब्वियसली यार, वो पीसी पे ही खेले जाते हैं ज़्यादातर. और जो तुम GTA वाई सिटी से देखो, मोस्टली पीसी यूज़र्स ही GTA गेम्स के हैं फेवरेबल, और पीसी में देखो ना मार्केट भी कितना ज़्यादा है. सो अगेन इफ़ गेम पायरेट होता भी है तो आई थिंक रॉकस्टार प्रॉफिट ही करेगा, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली लोग परचेज ही कर लेते हैं गेम. वो जानते हैं पायरेट से यार 1 महीना 2 महीना चला लेंगे गेम, बट स्टिल उनको रिस्क होता है कि कहीं वायरस ना आ जाए वो. सो टू बी ऑन द सेफर साइड दे परचेज द गेम. सो आई थिंक दैट्स द स्टोरी ऑफ GTA 6. लेट मी नो व्हाट एल्स यू हैव. वेलकम. Why not buy a second monitor to read chat? Yeah, certainly, that's a good choice, my friend. I can certainly arrange that in my upcoming live streams. So basically, the thing is, guys, that if you are doing it on a basically regular basis, then it's good. But when you do it on occasional basis, investment and everything, you will have to give it a second thought on that. Thanks for the recommendation, though. I will just, read it. Yeah. Thanks a lot for the suggestion, and let's quickly move forward to other games. And we are over here the Dead Space, as we were talking about the minimum system requirement. So it starts from a GTX 1070, which is certainly a very high-end GPU, which was a high-end GPU when it was launched basically. 1070 is certainly better than 1660 Ti, and basically 1660 Ti was a minimum system requirement in Gotham Knights, but this game will be having a 1070, so that will be very crazy as well. So all those 1650 buddies will gonna be finding some ways to play the game basically. Either they would be playing at 720p, and other than that, I think the 1650 and the 1050 Ti, these GPUs will gonna be dead very soon. As we have seen, the first game, basically the first AAA title of 2023, will gonna be having very heavy system requirements. And I think in a couple of months, or in a couple of months, Resident Evil 4 remake system requirements will be out. And I think same goes with the story with Resident Evil 4 remake. The system requirements will be probably on the heavier side. And I think basically, guys, the company is using Denuvo in the argument. They are having an argument that the game might get pirated, so they are using Denuvo. But I think that's not playing right. Basically, we have seen a whole lot of games not coming optimized for high-end PCs. We have seen Resident Evil Village, the sort of issues it had with Denuvo. So if the new version of Denuvo, which is probably Denuvo version 17, if it comes optimized, then good for everyone. If it doesn't, then who knows. Basically, a whole lot of companies like Electronic Arts, they have always been using DRM. As we have seen, the FIFA 23 had a Denuvo DRM plus the anti-cheat engine. Same goes with the NFS Unbound, guys. A whole lot of AAA games will gonna be coming, but yes, they will be coming with a DRM as well. So if you do not have a RTX 3060 at least, I do not think you will gonna be enjoying 1080p gaming at ultra or even the highest settings possible. So if anybody is watching and having a 1650 like me, probably my friend, you will have to compromise a whole lot on the graphics to get a decent playable experience. Also, people having quad core CPU with 8 gigabytes of RAM will gonna have to actually upgrade to at least 16 GB of RAM in dual channel. We all know, guys, that how much 16 GB dual channel makes difference in terms of performance. Okay, Anuranjan is saying most people use RTX 3060 these days, so it's not that bad for these minutes. Yeah, exactly, my friend. That's what I was saying. RTX 3060 is probably the sweet spot these days. Most of the people are using it. But currently, what is the price of RTX 3060? Is it worth purchasing as of now? Let me know in the comment section. I think if somebody is even looking for a RTX 3060 laptop, he will have to probably spend 1,15,000 or something here in India, basically. So yes, RTX 3050 is a sweet spot, but not a whole lot of people have that sort of budget to build a RTX 3060 PC. So most people are these days looking for RTX 3050, that 8 GB VRAM version on the PC, or the laptop users have to compromise a whole lot. Even with RTX 3050, they are getting only a 4 GB VRAM RTX 3050 on laptop. So that will be a concern as well, guys. But these days we have seen the AAA gaming is just going to another standard, guys. At least 6 GB VRAM is the bare minimum these days. 4 GB VRAM GPUs are getting outdated, and even most of the demanding games are going to be coming in 2023. Like we have seen, Valhalla literally ran terribly on 1650. It never used to run on high settings. Even on medium settings, it was a decent experience, but the average FPS were around 45 FPS. Assassin's Creed Mirage is coming in 2023. That will gonna be using a Denuvo DRM, obviously, and it will gonna be having comparatively better graphics. Also, Infinity is coming from Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Infinity. So basically, the CPU requirement will gonna be at least a hexa-core CPU. So most of the budget gamers, I think, they will have to either upgrade or find some new ways, new tricks to run the game. I think either they will gonna be shifting to 720p gaming for decent experience at 60 FPS. So yeah, that was the thing, and we have already discussed about the Gotham Knights system requirements, and even Need for Speed Unbound is having a 1050 Ti as a bare minimum requirement. So yes, as we have already discussed even in the live chat, RTX 3060 becomes the sweet spot. If you just cannot afford a 3060, look for a 3050. You can easily get a 3050 gaming laptop in around 80,000 budget in India. So yes, just never purchase a 1650 in 2022. Everybody is recommending this. I have also discussed this in my Discord server with my friends, and everybody is trying either to sell their 1650 now or just looking forward to purchase a 3060. And that's the best choice in my very honest opinion, guys, because these AAA games are getting higher and higher. The hardware demanding, they are just becoming way more hardware demanding. As we see a whole lot of new RTX graphic cards launching in the near future, new ray tracing effects, DLSS 3.2. So there is just no sense buying a GTX series GPU. If you want to enjoy decent RTX experience, DLSS experience, at least you must be having a 3050. Let me know if you guys just agree with me on this point or not. And other than that, tomorrow a new game is coming, which is Corn, which is gonna be obviously very different, but luckily for 1650 users and the budget PC users, the system requirements are not on the heavier side. And yes, let's quickly search Corn, guys, over here, and let's see what's going on in the Steam community. The game will gonna be unlocking in one day, which is 14th of October, and the system requirements for Corn will gonna be at least 1063 GB. So I think that's good enough. And Scorn game was in development since 2014. The developers have been working hard. The developers behind this game, basically this creepy game, are not a very big company. They are still a small team. So yes, they are just doing a phenomenal job as far we have seen the trailer. And if this game comes out to be optimized enough without any major bugs and glitches, I think this will be very good thing for the developers and gamers as well. They will be getting a new sort of experience to play. So are you guys excited about SCON? And one more exciting thing about this game is, guys, that the game release date is preponed. The earlier date of the game was around 21st, but the developers knew this game might get overshadowed by other games which are coming, basically like the PlayStation ports, for instance Uncharted, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is coming as well, and even the Resident Evil Village DLC is coming as well, and a whole lot of games are coming in the third week of October, basically. Luckily this game does not have any sort of DRM, so that's kind of good. Even they are a small team, so they will not be obviously having a whole lot of money to give to the DRM developers as well. So yep, Anuranjan is saying okay, well 3060 comes around 27. Okay, 329 US dollars. So is it worth purchasing? Let me know, Niranjan. PS5 में कैसा performance? PS5 is, I think, great यार. Price to performance ratio of PS5 is great, Nakul, I think. Yep. Yeah, price to performance ratio of PS5 is great. Also तुम्हारा वो भी आया था इसका जो क्या कहते हैं exploit. So probably the exploit, people will gonna anyway pirate the games. Although exploit is not really workable at the very moment, but in the upcoming months we can see probably some games getting pirated. Some older games basically which were released for PS5. So people are also looking to buy PS5, but the developers are also there for the PlayStation thing. But yes, that's the major thing. MSRP is 329 US dollars. Okay. Well, the RTX 3060 comes in 27,000. Okay, that's cool. That's not a whole lot of price. If it's coming at 27,000, that's not kind of bad, because probably earlier we have seen 3050 being sold at around these 25 to 26,000. So I think the price is decent enough for 3060. And if anyways the price goes just down either in the Diwali sale or anywhere, people will have to just keep a track on the price and just check whether the price goes down. When the price goes down, and will just need to purchase a 3060 if they want to play games at higher settings, basically. The 1650 and everything are just dead. There is no more sense talking about them anymore. So yep, that's the system requirement, very low system requirements, and RTX 2070 is recommended. So 3060 users will easily be able to play this game at ultra high settings, 1080p, above 60 FPS very easily. So yes, this is a new game and I'm very excited about this game. This game is coming just tomorrow. So yeah, please let me know whether you guys are excited about this game or not. And let me also know whether you are a fan of first person games, first person horror games or not, and whether you like the Resident Evil franchise, the new games basically, 7 and 8, whether they were good enough to actually revive the Resident Evil franchise, because we have seen how terrible 5 and 6 were after Resident Evil 4, a masterpiece basically. So I think this should be pretty much it, and we're gonna be wrapping up the live session in a moment. What a Ryzen 3 3100 1650 Super will be able to blend medium settings 30 FPS. Which game you're talking about, my friend? Let me know which game you're talking about. I think your system requirements are decent enough, but I think you will be able to play the game at medium settings. If you're talking about SCON, certainly you will be able to play this game at 60 FPS medium settings, but I cannot give you a certainty about Gotham Knights, because the minimum system requirements for Gotham Knights are just on the heavier side. They require basically a 1660 Ti. Let me just quickly open the Steam page of Gotham Knights. They require a 1660 Ti basically, guys, to play the game at 1080p low settings at 60 FPS. So probably if you have a 1650 Super, it might run at 30 FPS 1080p. According to the developers, we have seen a whole lot of times in the past that how well the game runs. The developers just try to scare the ass of the people, but in reality the game runs much better. But we cannot say certainly about this game, because this game is protected by an anti-cheat third-party Denuvo anti-temper DRM, which kind of hampers the performance of the game. We have seen a whole lot of instances in the past though. So yes, I think you will be able to run it, Gotham Knights. Probably if the game, I think you will be able to run it at 1080p 30 FPS low settings, the Gotham Knights basically. 1650 Super is certainly powerful than the base 1650. So I think yes, you will be able to, but yes, do not take these system requirements as the thing which will gonna be happen most certainly. But yes, take these system requirements with a pinch of salt. Basically we see that the system requirements are just estimated performance rates basically. We have seen games performing better or worse, so we will have to wait. And considering the hype of this game, let's kind of hope that these system requirements turn out to be just hyped, basically too much hyped. So let me just quickly read the comment section. It's interesting because I don't meet system requirements for Blood Hunt as well, but I can run ultra on 60 FPS. Yeah, exactly. I think they kind of increase the system requirements, my friend. Basically, they kind of increase the system requirements basically to actually justify their game. And if the system requirements comes out to be just false for the game, for instance, they are recommending a 1660 Ti, and if the game does not run fine on 1660 Ti, the developers will gonna be getting a whole lot of backlash. But if the game runs even better on 1650, if the game runs even fine on 1050 Ti, then the developers will be like, and the audience will be like, hey, the game is optimized enough. So I think this is a gimmick basically by the developers and by the companies. They release the system requirements when the game is just about to launch, and they just release the system requirements a little bit higher than expected. So even when the game runs fine on 1650 or 1050 Ti, the developers will be getting a false appreciation from the gamers that, hey, your game is optimized enough, thanks, kudos, blah blah blah. But this is, I think, another marketing strategy by the developers. They kind of release the system requirements too high, and then the people say, hey, your game is even running better on a 1050 Ti and something like that. So that's the thing, guys. And with technology like FSR, we can get a decent enough experience. But I have already played a whole lot of AAA titles on my 1650. Some of that I played on the mixed combination of settings, textures set to ultra, water effects, shadow effects, and the lighting effects, volumetric clouds, all set to low. And by these settings, by mixing down these settings, I was able to easily get 60 fps on high enough settings, on high textures basically, and then the experience was good enough, that was very much playable. But if you just compare these settings with the FSR setting, it's just no comparison, guys. The game literally looks terrible. It performs good obviously, but the game just looks terrible, and it just feels like I'm playing a game on a 720p monitor, and that's really terrible, and that's really awkward basically. So the new FSR technology is certainly helpful, guys, but it comes with its sets of drawbacks basically. And the basically the game just feels not crisp enough, not sharp enough, the graphics tears, and that's just not enjoyable experience. And just I feel like using a 1650 in 2022 is just like using a 2 GB VRAM GPU. So yep. Are you gonna plan upgrading your specs? Not exactly, my friend. Basically, that's the PC I have purchased in late 2020. I spent 70,000 Indian rupees on this one, and basically at that point of time, I had little to no PC knowledge. So I think until GTA 6 comes, I'm not gonna be upgrading. First of all, let GTA 6 come. Let me just play it on this fucking laptop, on a 1650 laptop paired with a quad core i5 9300H CPU. If the GTA 6 runs fine, and if the games, I do not think GTA 6 will gonna be running fine on 1650 certainly. So until GTA 6 comes, then I will gonna be probably upgrading my laptop basically. I had a fascination of just buying a gaming laptop since a whole lot of time. Earlier this thing, when I purchased this thing in 2020, I had a 512 MB VRAM GPU. It was paired with probably an Intel dual core CPU. So I played a whole lot of games, even Assassin's Creed Black Flag and GTA 4 on that potato PC, potato laptop basically. And that was just a laptop I purchased for regular stuff when I was little. I was just in 4th or 5th standard. So that PC, that laptop basically ran most of the games at the lowest settings with around 25 to 30 FPS. I didn't even knew that what the fuck is GPU at that point of time. But as I grew up, when my just PC died in around 2014, and that 5 years gap was a whole lot of gap. I never had a PC at the time. So I purchased this gaming laptop in 2020, had little knowledge basically about building PCs and laptop. So as I am a student, so I purchased a gaming laptop, although it's not portable enough to carry. It's weighing around 2.2 kgs. But yes, it's been a decent purchase so far. I'm not justified by the price basically. This thing just sells around 50,000 Indian rupees. So I kind of made a little bit of loss, but it's kind of justified. It runs most of the games, so it's just okay, given the fact that I had little knowledge at the time. I was glad that I did not purchase a GTX 1650 Max Q GPU laptop at the time. So this literally turns out to be the good 1650 laptop, which is having 1024 CUDA cores instead of 896. So yeah, it's a decent purchase overall, and I do not plan to upgrade my specs until GTA 6 comes. Yep, I hope I answered the question. So yep, I think this should be pretty much it for the discussion stream. This was intended to discuss the system requirements basically about Gotham Knights and the future of budget PC cards basically. Are they good enough? Are they powerful enough? No, certainly they aren't. So thanks a lot for tuning in this live session, guys. I hope you guys have liked it, and I will be seeing you in my very next live stream. Peace out.